Why did you decide to go start something to acquire companies? Why did that make sense for you? Why does private equity or company, I don't know if Invisible is sort of an example company you think about, but like, why do these companies out there not do it well, or maybe there aren't enough of them? And you're like, I'm going to go build something even better in this space.
So I would say private equity firms do it very well. Like, they are so fantastic at doing what they do that they're eating the market. Like, it used to be that you would go sell your company, and at the table you would have 7 strategics and 3 financial buyers. And right now it's the other way around. You have 7 financial buyers and 3 strategics that you're talking to. Financial buyers are the main buyers in the market now. They're buying up dentist office. They're industry agnostic. They're able to raise a wide amount of cash flow. Their cycles are relatively quick. You know that they have the cash. Like, they are extremely successful. So in this case, I'm looking at a model that is successful and doing really, really well. But on the other hand, there's expectations that private equity firms have to their LPs or their limited partners. They have an expectation that they're going to sell this company, and that's going to go to that fund and be distributed. And that's going to happen within a certain time frame. And that's very, very key, is that sometimes that doesn't work out. Sometimes you need to hold a company for a longer period of time. And sometimes people don't want to sell to a private equity firm. They would much rather sell to a strategic, or they would much rather sell to another entrepreneur and grow that with someone else. Like, it's just providing that alternative, I think, is very, very impactful. I would encourage a lot of entrepreneurs after they sell their business to consider buying other businesses.
What are the size businesses that operate equity purchases? Like, what is the right size range for people who are listening? Like, hey, like, maybe I want to be a partner with Connor. What's the price point?
So I would recommend, so initially I was looking at 1 to 3 million in EBITDA, so earnings. And a lot of people are playing in that space. And also a lot of companies are pretty small. And if you have 1 to 3 million in EBITDA, you have a proven model, but you don't have normally a fully built leadership team. And so I've changed that to be, I'm looking for companies that have north of 3 million in EBITDA, that are a little bit bigger. And I think that's a pretty good space to be. It's also different because in the beginning I was using my own cash, right? And as you go up, it makes sense to work with other partners that might be in that space and say, like, hey, do you want to buy this business together? And that way you're bringing in more expertise. You're also, your financial liability is less.
I assume there's also sort of a cost of capital, right? As you start getting to some of these bigger players, they can have better outcomes because their cost of capital to essentially purchase these businesses is lower. Yeah, or maybe that doesn't matter.
Are you talking about private equity firm?
Private equity, but I mean, you're playing against them, right? And you're still looking for outcomes for your LPs and or yourself. And I mean, like, you also have to make a decision if it's your own cash. Should I buy this company or put it in? I can be an LP in a private equity firm, or I can put it in the stock market. And what's my sort of cost of capital with all the alternatives that exist?
Yeah, I think it's very different standpoints. I mean, if you are a private equity firm, your LPs are pension funds and these massive family offices. Like, it's a very different pool that you're raising from. And it's a very effective, like, the return rate is 8 to 15%. Like, it's really good. And if you're an entrepreneur and you're considering doing the holding company model, like what I'm talking about, you're holding for a longer period of time and you're investing in yourself. There's a very different thing for me, like investing. If I'm buying a business, I view that as like I'm making an investment in my own business decision-making and my own workflows and my own process versus investing in a index fund. And the returns from that are outsized. I mean, companies can have exaggerated near infinite returns. And so if you're in a good market, you're in a good wave, it's a lot more work. But the question is, how do you want to be spending your day? And this is how I spend mine.